looking for that first European point. Let's head over to the commentary box where, fresh from his win, Kyle Troop has joined Matt McNeil and Phil Yates.
Thanks, Anna. Yes, so 7 matches scheduled for this afternoon's session. With a 4-0 lead, you don't need to be a mathematical genius to know that the USA cannot trail. They will be in front going into the evening session tonight, and that must fill Mr. Troop with gladness.
Phil, I feel great right now. That was one of the focuses for Team USA, was we wanted to get out to an early start and try and put some pressure on Europe early. We felt like we had a good advantage with this pattern selection as well, and so far it's working out in our favor.
Kyle, that was a really clutch ball change you made in frame 3 there, sending the bird dog. It just seems like you guys have been making the moves quicker and making better decisions out there on the lanes as they've been changing.
Yeah, definitely, and that's one of the other keys we've really tried to focus on is communication within the team. And through the practice shots leading up to the end of the practice before the start of that match, I knew pretty much as soon as the Axiom did something wrong, it was going to be right to the Rubicon, and having the guys behind me, with confidence in that ball change as well, gives me all the confidence to make the ball change no matter the situation in the match.
Definitely, it certainly paid dividends. And Kyle, looking at this match, do you think Simo's look is as good as Dom's, or what kind of is your thought on this match here?
Honestly, Simo's been feeling a little rough. He hasn't slept very well, but Simo is one of the best bowlers on the planet right now. However, I do think speed control is going to be a big factor in this match after Osku throwing the urethane ball. But Simo is also one of the best at throwing it slow. However, he is throwing it a lot straighter than Dom, so that'll be interesting to see which plan of attack works out through the full 10 frames.
Without being too simplistic, strikes are gold dust. That was the 20th so far this afternoon from Europe. USA already on 30. Make that 31.
Simonsen likes to throw it straight too. He's really good at throwing it straight and really good at opening the lane up and throwing it really slow. So I think also with his little bit of physical struggles so far, keeping his angles more in front of him, that's going to be better for him moving forward.
Absolutely. I was talking to him yesterday, and he said, I just don't feel like I got my legs under me. And I think that's, he's been doing a lot of bowling in the last couple weeks. And then also, the jet lag coming across the pond here.
Yeah, I remember 3 years ago coming over here for my first Weber Cup. I didn't believe in jet lag, and then I learned my lesson real quick. So it's a real thing, folks. And luckily for me, I've slept better the 3 days here than I have in the States in a month. So
I think Dom coming in light. Now this is a tricky spare. The 4-8 is no gimme.
It's another mistake for Europe early. Looking back at our last match, I did not expect Osku to miss that 4-pin, especially right after I made one of the worst shots since I've got to England.
No,
but that's a big momentum swing right there. See if Simonsen can step up and take control of the match.
Absolutely. And, it seemed like Dom was really just trying to guard against the chop on that shot and just pulled it a little too much.
Another strike. Simonsen.
I believe we could hear Barnes or somebody in the back on the team saying hook. I believe that was in just a tad, but a little left to target that slaps the 10. I believe Simonsen really likes what he's seeing now and probably going to settle in and be really comfortable for the back half of this match.
Absolutely. I think he's really using what Osku had given him by using that urethane to his advantage. And I think Dom's actually might have a tougher time, being that he's elected to play a little further in. He's trying to play that same zone down lane.
You can see there what you were talking about there, a little bit of wiggle down lane. And we had 5 minutes of practice as well before our match, and Osku never threw one resin ball. So there's quite a lot of oil down lane. So I believe that the tighter angles might be a better option.
Yeah, you can just see that ball struggling to face up as it gets toward the back part of the lane, and that's really a side effect of Osku in the previous match using that urethane ball, which urethane balls really act as like a snow plow. They take a lot of the oil in the front, in the middle part of the lane. They take that lane conditioner and they really just shove it down to the back end part of the lane. And if you're using reactive resin bowling ball like Dom is, that really require a fresher back end, you get some oil down there and it gets very hard to create a sustainable ball reaction.
That was even a little more further left to target. And, yeah, like you said, I believe he's using the hold. And that's what you're supposed to do with the urethane balls. You want to try and use that hold to your advantage.
Yeah, that's a classic shim to win right there. Playing that shim that Oscar had set up in the previous match. And I think in practice, Dom did try throwing a couple to the right, but it didn't look very good. And so I think he decided to go back left, but we'll see what happens.
That looks like a ball change. I believe so.
Yeah, he went to a ball with a little more surface on it. He slowed his speed down, and it looks like he just got after that one. He tried to hit up on it a little more and make it hook down. And that was about the 19th, 20th board. He was getting it to about 8 or 9 down lane versus the other shot. He was more closer to 18, 17, getting it to 7, 8 down lane. So he just tried to tighten up his line there a little bit too.
He's 23, is Simonsen from Plano in Texas. He's the baby of both teams, but right now he's playing like a veteran.
Most definitely. We like to call him the Texas Jesus. Yeah, one of his many nicknames. Simonsen, unbelievable talent. And, he's 23 years old. I remember when I was 23. Wow. Nowhere near that guy. And, he's only got more time to learn and gain more experience and knowledge in this sport. We're very happy to have him on the team.
Well, and he's already got a couple of PBA majors under his belt, too.
That ball definitely read just a little bit earlier than that previous ball he was throwing. That got probably to about the same spot as the 4-8 and the shaker 8 did. So you can see just a little more surface on the ball, allowing it to pick up a little bit sooner. I bet Dom's probably going to finish pretty strong in this match after that one.
Yeah, definitely seeing that ball reaction. That one at least 2-3 boards right up the last shot. Just kind of let Anthony know he's still around here. But if I know Anthony, he's going to go to the whip on this one and keep his foot on the gas.
That messenger on the 10-pin, it's on message for USA.
UPS, we like to call it.
United States Parcel Service, bringing the head pin right on over to the 10.
I would have to say this is a must strike for Dom here in this position in the match. I know it's still early, but Simonson's looking awfully strong right now.
Absolutely. Dom has to just keep trying to pace with Anthony and just, stay right behind him. Got around that one and quick, Kyle, it looked to me.
Yeah, I don't believe Dom's going to be very happy with that shot execution on that one. But that also, if I was a little confused by Osku's choice to use a urethane on 44 feet. I would think just build up a little more surface to the right and make them a little easier. However, it seems the urethane ball has made him a little trickier than expected.
Things just going from bad to worse for the hosts. Don Barrett with a crestfallen, concerned expression.
I think Dom feels like he has to throw it unbelievably superb to strike. And I think that's why it's tough for him to relax and make a really good shot right now.
That was not very good, folks.
No, that was just a dead pull. That was at least 3 boards left of where he was trying to hit. And I think after getting through the last shot pretty good, I think he tried to guide that one a little more and make sure that ball set up a little better in the pocket.
Yeah, he did say hook on his previous shot when he got it just a little right, so it might have been just a overcompensation.
And he's going for the bounce. And folks at home, That's not the way to shoot that split. You will never, very, very seldomly see a player shoot it that way. But what the players have been finding here in this setup lane, the right corner where they've installed the pit camera, that's allowing the pins to bounce out of the pin setter, Kyle. And I know you've thrown a few out of there too. And that's why Anthony went at that 10 pin instead of trying to slide the 4 into the 10.
Ball change again for Dom.
Every time he makes a ball change, he throws a strike.
It's interesting.
And that means renewed hope.
It's a big answer for Dom after a mistake by Simonsen. See if he can answer back.
Now, Kyle, does Ant make a little adjustment off the bad shot, or you just say, hey, that was a bad shot, I'm just going to stay right here and label this one?
I'm not quite sure. I would say maybe a comfort cheat left. I believe that's exactly what he does. That looked like he probably cheated his feet just a tad left. The one before wasn't a great shot, but it might have hooked up a little earlier than expected. So, and the 8th frame, we've had now 14 shots go down the lane. Makes sense to probably just cheat, do the little one-board cheat. That worked out in his advantage. Another great shot by Dom.
Yeah, really great shot. Staying in the woods, you know, he's not out of the woods. He's kind of just creeping on the tree line there, you know. But Simonsen can still see him in his taillights. But he's letting Ant know that, hey, if you give me another chance, I'm going to take advantage of it.
Let me tell you folks at home, Kyle Troop knew that was successful before it reached the pins.
Benefit of bowling with Simonsen a lot growing up, rooming with him sometimes. Can tell when it's going to be a good one with this guy, and that was a superb shot, seeing the ball finish all the way through the pins, left to the 8 pin almost.
They've created a nice little shim in there, Kyle, because that shot was pulled left, and it sat there and went high flush.
Yeah, I was a little caught off guard by that, but might be a little too late.
Too little, too late.
9
indeed.
is a winner.
Yeah, Simonsen bowled the decisive strike in last year's event. Can he bowl the decisive strike in this match to continue USA's utter dominance?
All right.
You can hear Simonsen right there saying that's all right. So he knew that was a great shot, and another great match for the Team USA. Just going to try and build off of this confidence in this run that we're on right now, because that was one of the goals, was to try and start out often and early, put Europe in a deep hole, try and put some pressure on them early.
And I think the ball change just came too late for Dom. He went to that other ball through a double, but then he made an off shot, ended up with maximum penalty. And it really, once he went to that last ball change, that's really when we saw the strikes come.
4 consecutive strikes to finish for Barrett, but it was all to no avail. Europe in deep, deep trouble really early. 5-0 adrift.